so it'll move a little more quickly. We will have 5 minutes between picks in round 3 as opposed to the 8 that we had in round 1 and the 7 in round 2. As it stands right now, we have Arizona set to pick first here, number 65 overall. We will also have some compensatory picks at the end of tonight. So after we get through 96, which would be the conclusion of each team having 3 rounds of selections, we will have a total of 4 compensatory picks. So we'll have a total of 100 picks being made before we get done with tonight.
The intrigue now is, are we going to get a quarterback coming off the board for the Arizona Cardinals? No Ty Simpson, he's an LA Ram. We haven't had a quarterback taken in round 2. Now we're at the top of round 3. Will a quarterback go to the Arizona Cardinals here at this spot?
And if not here, then when? We have a few different quarterbacks whose names we are expecting perhaps to hear tonight. Let's find out. Arizona with the pick.
With the 65th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Carson Beck, quarterback, Miami. Welcome, bro.
They get the quarterback they wanted. Carson Beck, we've talked so much about him. There was a time we thought he might be the number 1 overall pick. Then there was a time we feared he would never be able to throw a football again after having ligament surgery on his elbow, resurrected the career at the U last year, and now here he is, the first pick of round 3.
Carson Beck, I'll tell you, tremendously improved. He was at 72.4%. He would complete a high percentage even at Georgia, but the fact that he wasn't greedy, he took the underneath throw, he took the check down, he let the receivers do their damage. He had a great running game with Mark Fletcher Jr. He had a heck of an offensive line in front of him. He won over the coaches and his teammates with his work ethic when he came there. Team-first approach for a guy like Carson Beck. I like the ball placement this year. I like the touch on the deep throws. He got better from what we saw at Georgia. Remember, at one point in time at Georgia, he was playing like a first-round pick. So Carson Beck and Lou and Book, we talked a lot about him. Being that alpha, being that great leader at the quarterback position. I think he knows what he needs to do moving forward. He improved on that at Miami.
The thing I love about him, he's played a lot of football. You get an experienced guy that's been in a ton of situations. So whether he comes in as a career backup early on or he gets an opportunity to start, he has played a ton of football, rep after rep after rep. There will not be a situation that he gets in the National Football League that he hadn't been in already.
Yeah, look, you got to be happy for the young man. He did everything that he could during his time in Miami, especially down the stretch in some very big moments, to kind of put himself in this position now to where he can go into Arizona and really put some pressure on people.
Yeah.
He's played a lot of ball. He's been coached by some really good coaches, big time games, and he's got all the tools.
Might surprise you to know that he's only the 4th Miami quarterback to go in the first 3 rounds. He joins Cam Ward, Vinny Testaverde, and Jim Kelly. All right, the Denver Broncos did not wind up making the selection in either of the first 2 rounds. So as they are now set to make their pick here, this will be their first of the 2026 draft. Here come the Broncos and their selection.
Bronco country, what's up? Yeah, let's go. AFC West champs. Hey, on behalf of Super Bowl 50 champions and the best owners in football, the Penner family, with the 66th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Tyler Onyedim, D-tackle, Texas A&M. Let's go, Bronco country!
He's from Richmond, Texas. Transferred after starting 21 games at Iowa State, had 2.5 sacks and a forced fumble in his 1 season with A&M.
So you look at a couple of games I saw. Notre Dame game, he was 7 tackles in that game. Against Missouri, 5 tackles, 2 were for loss. Against Texas, he had 3 tackles for loss and a sack. He's 6'3.5", 292 pounds with big hands and long arms. 34.5 arms, got a 32 vertical, gets off blocks, gets to the football. Hand usage was good. He's versatile. He makes his presence felt against the run and the pass. Good athleticism for his size. This is a nice pick for me from what I saw on tape.
It's a nice pick. You've got to get a little stouter. He makes a lot of his plays with his length and his quickness. So can he become a little bit more stout in the run and get a little more technically sound as far as rushing the passer? This is a projection pick for down the road, but he's got some good measurables.
The Las Vegas Raiders are next, so will stay in the AFC West. They took Fernando Mendoza to start this draft last night. They took Braden Stoops, a player Lewis loved, the safety, earlier tonight in round number 2. And now they're set to go with another selection here in round 3.
All right, here we go. With the 67th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Raiders select Keyron Crawford, defensive end, Auburn. Welcome to the Raiders.
Now, he never played a snap of football until his senior year of high school in Tennessee. He was a basketball star, but obviously he made the right choice. Spent 2 years at Arkansas State, then 2 with the Tigers. Had 5 sacks and an interception last year.
Thought he outplayed Kelcher Falk. I really did. I watched 15. I'd see 24 pop, and that was Keyron Crawford. So 6'4", 253 pounds, and he had 36 tackles, 9.5 for loss, and 5 sacks. Career high 7 tackles, a sack in the season opener against Baylor. Excellent game against Alabama as well. Took a back seat in terms of national publicity to Falk, but the explosiveness off the edge was there. He chased down running plays in pursuit. He won with power as well as that quickness. He disengaged from blocks well. I like him as a situational pass rusher.
Oh, he is so fluid, has such nice movement skills, Bug. Can really bend, just needs to get a little bit stronger at the point of attack. But man, this is the quintessential 34 outside type backer who can rush from a 2-point or put his hand down and rush from a 3-point.
So Crawford is headed to Las Vegas, and Carson Beck is headed to Arizona. So this third round started with a bang with our third quarterback to go off the board. We'll see if there are any more. The picks will come every 5 minutes the rest of the night. It's round 3 of the NFL drawn quickly. The Philadelphia Eagles are set to make what will be their third selection, taking a pair of pass catchers with their first 2. Mekhi Lemon last night, the wide receiver out of USC, and then Eli Stowers, the tight end, whom they took about an hour ago. And here we go with their third selection of this draft here in round number 3.
With the 68th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Markeel Bell, tackle from Miami.
Markeel Bell is a big man, a shade over 6'9", 346 pounds. Started 21 games at left tackle for the U after coming from Holmes Community College in Goodman, Mississippi.
And at his best, Greeny, at that size, he can be absolutely dominant in the run game. At 6'9", 346 pounds, got to be more consistent in the run game, though. In the past, he can lock you out. Almost 37-inch arms. But he doesn't always play that size, Mel. At 6'9", 346, you expect somebody to be mauling guys every single play. If he plays consistently to that frame, he could be a dominant guy based on that size.
Blocking in space is an issue.
Yeah.
You know, your pad level is always going to be a problem when you're 6'9" and change and you're 346 pounds, but it's an expensive cab ride to get around him. It's rare to get a guy this size. So again, we talk about the guys coming off the edge. If they have to bend, it's going to be difficult. But again, how many times do you find an offensive tackle who held his own at Miami? More than held his own. Had a heck of a year protecting Carson Beck.
No question. Look, his body type he's so high cut, high waisted. It's hard for him to get down. When he does and he can get those long arms on you, then you're right. He can just run you past and he can be dominant in the run game, but he has to play low.
Well, the Chicago Bears will be next. They took Dylan Thieneman last night. They took the center Logan Jones earlier tonight. That filled a need. And so here we go, and the commissioner's out to announce their pick with some special guests.
Move it over to the side so they can see it. I have some special guests to help me make the Bears pick. Please welcome Tylen and Timothy. They're representing Friends of the Children, an incredible organization that focuses on the importance of mentorship and empowering youth. The NFL and the Bears work with Friends of the Children as part of our Inspired Change initiative. Tyler and Timothy, it's time to announce the pick.
With the 69th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select
Sam Roush.
So the Bears select tight end Sam Roush from Stanford, who is 6'6", 267 pounds, and ran a 4.7 40. Caught 89 balls over the last 2 years and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if he had longer arms, he might be a higher pick than this. That